How's it going? Thanks for stopping on by and checking out my video. Got some RC tires here in front of us. They're 1.9 scales. On the left side we have Super Swampers by TSL. On the right side we have the Flat Irons by Proline. Now the Super Swampers, they're stock tires for my Vitera Ascender. I've used the hell out of them, and the tread pattern or tread wear is great. You can barely tell I used them. Besides, obviously they're dirty, but the lugs are holding up. They're not ripping and tearing out and flaking away. The compound's pretty rigid. It's not soft. It's not really that sticky. The foams inside are pretty dense. They're stiff foam compared to the flat irons, where they're super dense, or super dense, super sticky, super malleable, really nice and squishy. The foams inside, I believe, are the rock crawler special foams, or whatever the hell, so they compress real nice. The compound on these, you could probably run without foams and get away with it, and it actually would probably perform a lot better. But they're really factory glued on there, and I didn't feel like trying to mess with that. So I went with these tires on the side here, the flat irons, which I got for a steal of a deal from somebody who I will not name for purposes of keeping him to himself. He posted some for sale stuff. He wanted to get some Yeti parts, and I wanted some tires, and it came with a receiver that you can see over here, a little tackic receiver. But enough about that. Let's get to these tires. We're going to do a head-to-head tire competition eventually here. We're going to test these tires on some mud, rock, some water, hopefully all in the same run, and see which performs better. I'm leaning towards the flat irons just because they're a little bit wider and they're a little bit taller, but at the same time, the Super Swampers got some pretty aggressive lug patterns, especially on the side. They go almost all the way to the rim with the lugs on the outer wheel, compared to the flat irons where it kind of stops pretty short and it's not as aggressive. But these are more rock crawling base tires, just from how soft and sticky they are. And these are obviously more mud terrain type tire. But I feel, as you can see here in the top pattern of the iron, flat irons, they got a good scoop pattern, so they should dig real nice all around. And they still got plenty of surface area for rocks to grab onto. Where with the Super Swampers, you got the lugs on the sides, which are great, but the middle part, they're just the little lugs are so close together, you don't really get enough grab. You get too much surface area, and they just slip and slide, and you don't really get the performance you're trying to get. And with what I'm doing, I do a lot of rock crawling, and hard surfaces like that. I don't mess around in the mud too much. It's something I would like to get into, some mud pits and whatnot, but they're just not available to me around here too often. So rock crawling is the easier and more accessible route. So I went with these new tires here, the flat irons. But I just want to do this video to kind of have a side-by-side comparison of the tires and what they look like side by side. If you're in the market of looking to try to buy 1.9 off-road tires, mud tires, whatever, it's hard to pick the tire you want. Usually most sites will have the specs of the tire, but I've done a lot of reviewing, a lot of checking up on tires before I was going to purchase some tires. I was going to go with the Mud Slingers, the 2.2s actually, because I wanted a bigger, more aggressive tire. I wanted it to be taller and wider, just to help me get over the obstacles that I face in the day-to-day RC battle that is freaking rock crawling, I guess. I don't know where I was going exactly with that. But getting off topic, let me go over the specs real quick of these guys. The Super Swappers, oh, as I drop my little notepad here with all my information, the Super Swappers are 4.5 inches tall, compared to flat irons, which are 4 3/4 inches tall. So you definitely get a little bit more height out of the flat iron. And as for width, you can look either here or back here. Try to center these a little better for you guys. As you can see, the flat iron pretty wider. It's not like super noticeably wide compared to the Super Swappers, but Super Swappers are 1 3/4 inches wide compared to the irons, which are 1.78 inches wide, or 1/7/8. So you get a little bit more width, a little bit more height. The compound is stickier. It's softer, so it flexes and will bend over your terrain a lot better than the Super Swapper, which is really stiff. It's not sticky. The compound is really rigid, and put pressure on both of these. And as you can see, you can barely notice the Super Swapper even flexing when I'm pushing down on it, compared to the flat iron, where it's flexing on top, it's flexing on the bottom. So you would think, just judging by this, that the Super Swapper isn't going to be the winner of the competition when it comes to the head-to-head. Like I believe I said previously, these are from my Patera Ascender. These are stock tires, stock rims. I've used the hell out of them. And as you can see, they're not tore up at all. They're not soft compound. They wear like iron, which I've said before in other videos when I was talking about my Jeep Grand Cherokee that I have videos of. It's a lifted 95 straight 6 inline, and awesome little truck. Check out my videos if you want to see that bugger. But yeah, I'm gonna do a head-to-head of these two guys. I would be doing that right now, but I'm still waiting for my Cherokee body by Proline to finish getting painted and whatnot. It's actually drying outside right now as we speak. So hopefully in my next video of these tires, we'll be doing a head-to-head on some rock, through some mud, some water, and we'll really just put these guys through the paces and see who comes out on top, who performs better. I feel like, obviously, Super Swampers should be better in the mud, but the tread pattern on the flat irons, I feel like you can get away with some good mud crawling in these two. They're pretty good deep lug pattern. It's wider, so you get a good footprint on the ground. But we'll see. Also, just because it's going to be coming to a factor, it's going to be a factor when it comes to testing these. These are all aluminum 3-piece beadlocks compared to these plastic stock Patera wheels. So obviously these tires are going to have a little more weight to them, and the foams inside are a lot squishier than the foams inside of these. So the results may vary a little bit depending on how you run your rig. If you run foamless, or if you run air, if you run plastic bead lockers, or if you run all aluminum, or if you just run plastic rims that you glue, which, you know, it's all, you know, how you feel and personal preference really when it comes to that. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling on here, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will answer them as quickly as I possibly can. I'm not always the best at doing that, but I do get around to answering questions eventually. So if you have any questions about the tires, feel free to ask. I will help you out if I have the answer. Yeah, without further ado, that's going to be the video. We're going to end it here. Check my channel for more RC stuff. I got my K5 Blazer Ascender body out there up and rolling, doing some off-roading and climbing and such. And eventually we should have some Jeep Cherokee videos coming out, because that's my new body that I'll be putting on my Ascender. So Thanks for watching. I hope this helped out with your tire selection or picking off tires, if whatever you're doing. I figured there's not that many videos of these two tires head to head next to each other, so I wanted to do a little comparison side by side and show you guys that and give you my thoughts on the tires themselves. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more. I'm going to get these buggers out there and test them on the rig, on the trail, on some rocks, on some mud. Hopefully it'll be a good fun time, and I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching.